But this one specifically felt a little more rock and roll to me, and this actually felt a little bit like a Guy Ritchie film, like the trailer. It felt like the American version of like Lock, Stock, or Snatch. You know what I mean? In a good way. Like I like that kind of frenetic gangster rock and roll era Guy Ritchie. So it seems like fun. It also feels very interesting to me because Aronofsky is not repeating himself, because most of his stuff is like weird and esoteric and like full of like dramatic over, and this just feels fun and
Yes.
wacky and violent. It doesn't feel like an Aronofsky movie.
My immediate thought was like, this did not seem like an Aronofsky movie. And like, to be honest, I couldn't tell you what makes an Aronofsky movie, but fun isn't a thing. And this looks fun. Like you said, this looks fun. Very New York. Definitely, you could tell they just shot a lot of it in New York, if not most of it. I think Aronofsky, he's a New York guy. I think he's from Brooklyn. So you got bagels, you got Brooklyn streets, you got subways, the Unisphere in Queens. Like, you don't see that a lot in movies set in New York. I feel like the last time we saw that was in Men in Black 1. You know, that just, I was like, that's cool. It's like, hey, let's take this all over the city. Hebrews walking in slow motion, shooting machine guns, and matzo ball soup. You know, boom. Are you a matzo ball guy?
I am. Anyone who's had a matzo ball is a matzo ball guy. Matzo balls are delicious.
Never had one.
Oh, you're missing out, man. I like matzo balls almost as much as I like Carol Kane.
Yeah, F1 in IMAX, it's a must.
A must. Wow.
A must. Yeah, I if you're gonna see a big movie like that and it was designed for IMAX, should see it. You'll enjoy the experience more. But in terms of the movie's fun. I enjoyed it throughout. I was never bored. It moves quick. It's fun. It's a good popcorn summer movie. You know, I had my doubts in terms of like, oh, it's a racing movie. Racing movies are kind of like cliche, and there's some sort of cliche stuff in there. But Brad Pitt's really good. The other driver, his name is Damson Idris. He's really good in it as well. He was in the FX show.
Yeah,
Snowfall.
It's like Snowfall. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. Javier Bardem, he's great. He kind of like steals the show a little bit. He's just very like over the top a bit. But no, it's fun. It gets all the beats. I don't want to spoil it, but you could probably like sort of predict what's going to go on. Cause like if you've seen a lot of the racing movies in the past, they're kind of like hit some of those moments, but there's good drama, a lot of fun. It's a lot of humor. The cinematography, the race footage and action is really good.
So they were trying to do like the Top Gun of racing. Did they accomplish that? Do you feel like it was shot from the perspective of the race? Like, did you feel like you were in the race?
Totally. Like they had that camera right there.
Yeah.
It's cut super well. The sound is great. It's just, you really feel it. The camera's just being right there with the actors driving. They're not really driving full on with like 20 other cars on there, but the visual effects, they do a really good job to really sell it to you. And the score's great. Hans Zimmer. Yeah, it's fun. It's not perfect, but it's quite enjoyable. I recommend it.
Cool.
Definitely IMAX. So see it in IMAX.
Definitely IMAX, huh? All
yeah,
right.
you'll have to see it before Superman, because Superman's going to take up all the IMAX screens.
Oh, it better. I'm going to see Superman 5 or 6 times in IMAX. But I'll try to see this first.
Yeah, definitely see it. And speaking of Superman, love the last trailer. I love the first full trailer that we talked about on or banter on an episode before. They did show the newest trailer in front of F1. I didn't really like it. It was like a lot of Lex Luthor in it. I didn't really care for that. That trailer didn't like get me super.
So you didn't like the way it looked, like, or the way he sounded, or you just didn't like the trailer, the way they cut it, like as the trailer.
The trailer. I didn't like how they cut it. It was it didn't work for me, and there was just there's a lot of like VO from. I mean, they used it as VO from Lex Luthor. He did sound a little not what I expected. I like the look of Nicholas Hoult, but like I don't know, wasn't totally working for me. But I'm still there. It just wasn't that. If that was like the last trailer, that would have been kind of like underwhelming. But you know, the other one where Lois and Clark are like having this debate in her apartment or her apartment, his apartment, whatever. That was really good. This one was like,
yeah.
But I like seeing more of the stuff. There's some cool stuff. I kind of wish I was like, I don't want to see some of this stuff, but. There's some fun looking stuff in there too. So
I think I loved the first full trailer. Remember, I didn't love the teaser. Then I loved the first full trailer, and then I kind of agree. I don't know that I loved. I think it's just the stuff that they showed you is so out of context that like I don't really have a sense of what Lex is actually doing. So it's weird to hear so much of him talking when it's like, well, but I don't know. But I didn't have a problem with like the way he sounded or anything. I think he's going to be like this petulant, billionaire 1%er. Right? I think that's what they're going for, where he's trying to like create his own narrative and use the media against Superman is the sense that I get.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
I did like the out of context stuff. Like it was they didn't like, I feel like they showed this scene where he's like blasting all these like enemies with his laser eyes. That was cool. But like, there's just like a lot of like, out of context stuff. So it didn't really like fill in the gaps for scenes for me. So I like that.
Yeah. Well, you don't like when they tell you too much. And I feel like they definitely aren't telling you too much in the Superman trailers.
No, like a lot of time. Yeah, like in an action movie, you can sort of like fill in the gaps. Like, oh, after that scene, it's going to lead to that. Just like what we talked about in a previous episode with Honey Don't. You kind of like know that, oh, Chris Evans is going to kill that guy because you see it later on. He's carrying the gun, and so this one it didn't fill like the gaps for me.
Yeah, I suspect that the heat vision blasting of 100 guys is the climactic ending battle, but I don't know. That it could be halfway through. It could be before the kaiju. Like who knows? I don't know where any of this stuff goes. So it's yeah.
We'll find out in how many days. We're seeing it.
Oh, so soon. I can't wait.
10 days?
A week from Tuesday. From Tuesday.
Oh, there we go. Can't wait.
Yep, me neither.
Cool. So let's get into this one. We're doing a combo trailer teardowns today. So welcome to Trailer Teardowns, where we take a trailer. In this case, we're taking 2 trailers and discuss the nuances within those trailers that make us want to see it in theaters, wait for streaming, or skip them altogether. I'm Angel Acevedo, joined by Patrick Cohen.
Hey.
And today we're discussing the trailers for Caught Stealing and Americana. And just a quick reminder, we have the trailers for both of these movies linked in our description. So if you want to pause and watch them and hear us discuss, or watch them after you're listening to the pod, up to you. Just FYI.
Yeah, either watch first so you know what we're talking about, or let us talk you into or out of the trailer based on how good it sounds. Either way, right?
The movie studios would prefer that we talk you into them, but hey.
Well, they should definitely send some money our way then, right?
No, we're not selling out. All right, so what's the first movie we're doing?
So we're going to talk about Caught Stealing first. This is directed by Darren Aronofsky. Requiem for a Dream, which I think you love that movie, right?
Yeah.
The Wrestler, Black Swan, and The Whale, which was his last movie. This movie is starring Austin Butler, who actually turned down a role in Top Gun Maverick to be in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I thought was interesting.
Was it Glenn Powell's role? Do you know?
I don't know if it was going. It may have been a smaller role. I feel like Austin could have been like Bob, or Hangman, or like or maybe it was even a different role. Who knows? But he turned it down because he wanted to work with Tarantino, and I don't know that I blame him. It's also starring Zoe Kravitz, Matthew Smith, and Liev Schreiber. Release date is August 29th. And apparently it's based on a book by the guy who's writing the screenplay for this movie, Charlie Huston, who also wrote comic books. He wrote Moon Knight, Wolverine, and a couple other things. So I don't know I think he might have done that after he was an established author, but either way, sounds like my kind of people.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
So are you a Darren Aronofsky fan, Angel? How are you? How do you land on Darren?
Aronofsky, I like him. I've not seen all of his movies. I kind of went back. I was like, all right, I've seen Requiem, seen Wrestler, seen Black Swan, but I have not seen The Fountain. Did not see. He directed that Noah's Ark movie, right?
Did he, or did he? I don't remember. I don't think so. I thought he was talking about doing a Noah's Ark movie, but the one with Russell Crowe.
Yeah, didn't he do that? Hold on, pause.
I don't think so. We'll edit this out as we look it up.
We gotta double check that.
Directed by Aronofsky. Yeah. Holy cow. Yeah.
What's it called? Noah. Yeah.
Noah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I never saw that.
Never saw that. So yeah, just his IMDb is obviously littered now with like short films and music videos. Yeah. But he doesn't have a huge catalog. His other movie, The Mother, with Jennifer Lawrence, never saw it, but I've heard weird things about it.
Yeah.
So about a third of his catalog, again, movies that I sought out the movies that like interested me. Wrestler, Black Swan, Requiem. That was like a big. It was my first year of college. I think it came out, in the fall of my freshman year. So that was like all over the place. Everyone was talking about it. But then, had no interest in Noah. The Fountain, I do want to see The Whale. I've heard good things, and Brendan Fraser won an Oscar for that. So I'd like to check that out. Did you see it?
No, I never saw it. It just looked. It didn't. It's not that it looked bad. It looked miserable. It looked like joyless and depressing. So I never got around to it. But I might.
Yeah. So yeah, we're doing these two movies, Caught Stealing and Americana. I thought maybe they'd be kind of a good sort of like yin yang movies. There's
Yeah.
a lot of similarities in terms of like crime movies, bunch of characters, colorful characters across the board. We have Hebrews carrying machine guns. We got little waitresses trying to like pull off a heist in another movie, and just everyone's after the same thing in terms of both movies. Like, and we'll talk about the other one. Everyone seems to be after Native American like outfit, garb, and then this one's like money. So I felt like, oh, let's combo these together and just kind of like compare and contrast in terms of all of that.
Yeah.
Obviously, setting wise, we got New York setting different than a small town, but a lot of similar vibes there. And definitely when I saw both of these trailers, I was definitely getting whiffs of Tarantino and Coen brothers. I don't know if you got that as well.
Yeah, it's funny when I watched this one specifically because I agree they both seem very similar in tone, but this one specifically felt a little more rock and roll to me, and this actually felt a little bit like a Guy Ritchie film, like the trailer. It felt like the American version of like Lock, Stock, or Snatch. You know what I mean?
Are you reading my notes? Are you reading my notes? Because I did write American version of Snatch.
No, you didn't. Did you really?
I did.
That's hilarious. I did not read your notes, but that's really funny. That's hilarious. No, I felt like it felt like a Guy Ritchie film, and I think in a good way. Like I like that kind of frenetic gangster rock and roll era Guy Ritchie. So it seems like fun. It also feels very interesting to me because Aronofsky is not repeating himself because most of his stuff is like weird and esoteric and like full of like dramatic and this just feels fun and wacky and violent. It doesn't feel like an Aronofsky movie.
No, you're literally copying my notes here. So yeah, like we can dive into it. But yeah, like go in, keep going. Like what stood out to you in terms of like
I mean I love the frenetic energy of it. I love the era. I love the Clash music, which I'm assuming means this is 80s. Maybe early 90s, but like even because you look at the cars, you look at the Mohawk, like it just feels like very punk rock, right?
Yeah.
Which again, I'm like I love The Wrestler. Nothing about The Wrestler is punk rock, so it's cool to see a director who's like not repeating himself, doing something different, and it just seems hilarious. I think the comedy seems very fun to me. I mean, I think everything from like the arsehole license plate driving away to like Carol Kane serving matzo ball soup is just like everything here. It seems like it's right up my wheelhouse and very fun. And again, I think something about that like baseball bat kind of quick dialogue guy that doesn't know how to use a machine gun, firing it off and almost falling over. Like it just feels very punk and fun and high energy in a really good way.
Yeah. We talked about like Aronofsky, and like my immediate thought was like this did not seem like an Aronofsky movie. And like to be honest, I couldn't tell you what makes an Aronofsky movie, but fun isn't a thing. And this looks fun. Like you said, this looks fun. And similarly, we both said like this looks like an American version of Snatch. You got a bunch of, I keep saying it, colorful characters across the board, protagonists getting mixed up in things outside of their norm. Maybe less than here, Snatch, everyone's a gangster there, like Jason Statham. He's already involved in like under the table dealings, but unlike Austin Butler here, he's just like kind of like caught in the middle. He's just like a normal guy, bartender in New York. But it's fun. Like it's like, oh, how do we get out of this? He's got like a very attractive girlfriend or squirrel that he's got on the side. So we need.
Are you calling her squirrel, or are you calling squirrel on her?
I mean, I think that's his squirrel. I don't know if they're boyfriend girlfriend. We'll have to see. But the energy of New York City is just like prevalent throughout.
Yeah.
And that whole thing about like gangsters, just like everyone's after the same thing. And in this case, it seems like it's like the money that Matthew Smith's character is holding up in his storage unit. So yeah, it looks fun. A lot of energy. Very New York. You could tell they just shot a lot of it in New York, if not most of it. I think Aronofsky, he's a New York guy. I think he's from Brooklyn. So you got bagels, you got Brooklyn streets, you got subways. I mean, the Unisphere in Queens, like you don't see that a lot in movies set in New York. I feel like the last time we saw that was in Men in Black 1. That just, I was like, that's cool. It's like, hey, let's take this all over the city. Hebrews walking in slow motion, shooting machine guns. I saw a lot of those back in my day in New York. No, not really. Uh, but it's just melting New York and matzo ball soup. You know, boom. Are you a matzo ball guy?
I am. Anyone who's had a matzo ball is a matzo ball guy. Matzo balls are delicious.
Never
Yeah.
had one. Never had
Oh,
one.
you're missing out, man. You're missing out. I like matzo balls almost as much as I like Carol Kane.
And we talked some of the cast. I mean, it's a loaded cast. There's more names that we didn't talk. Vincent D'Onofrio, him and Liv Schreiber as like Hebrews gangsters. That looks fun.
That scene where he's just beating up the bike messenger. The bike like the bike messenger cuts him off and starts yelling at him and he just starts pounding him. Like that's just hilarious.
Yeah. And overall, compared to like another trailer that we talked about, like Honey Doe, this I felt like it showed the right amount. To me, it got me enough. You saw a lot, but not enough to like sort of like fill in the gaps to me. In terms of what's happening and all of that. So those are my instant sort of thoughts there.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I agree with you. They didn't tell us a lot, but I feel like we learned what we need to know.
Yeah.
We know that he's having like commitment issues with his girlfriend, and obviously like that's gonna be a theme in the movie of like you have to go all in or whatever. You know, there's gonna be some thematic element there where he has to decide to, you know, not to back away, not to run away, just to take care of this, you know, and it just looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I don't know, there's even like the bagel scene is just, it looks like it's gonna start with it's just look funny and it's like starts with a bang, right? So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you could tell like there's some great shots that are gonna be in the movie. Like there's that car shot that's just like crashing into, it's like you see it's like head on of the car crashing into that pole.
Telephone pole or whatever.
Yeah, it's just like cool visual shots. It doesn't seem generic in that, so that's kind of fun. You talked about like it definitely, it's not a current movie because like it opens with the Twin Towers, right? Those are the Twin Towers, right?
Oh, I didn't notice. Is that the first shot?
I think it's like right at the top. I don't know if it's literally the first shot, but I was like, oh, this is not. Oh, you're not. Well, first we got that pre-trailer garbage.
Right.
So after the Sony logo, Columbia, Protozoa, yeah, boom. The first shot of the trailer stands.
Is this just the skyline? Is it just the
Yeah,
skyline? And you can see the towers.
Are those the towers? I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have to look again.
But yeah, if it is, it obviously doesn't take place current. But do you think it takes place in the 80s? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean between the cars, because if you look at the cars and you look at the punk rock mohawk and the choice to use the Clash, I feel like it's got to be 80s, right?
Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, I thought maybe it's like, oh, that's just his character. He's punk rock and playing up to it. But you know, I could see it maybe also taking place in the early 90s. So
I mean, it's tough because a lot of times they do these movies where it's like it's set in the 80s, but our protagonist looks very 2025, right? Sometimes they do that.
Yeah, and
like
I feel like
Zoe and Austin are like very 2025 looking,
yes.
but everybody around them is going to be like 85, you know?
Yeah, I feel like in the 80s you're not wearing that kind of like lingerie underwear. I don't know.
So you had a problem with that lingerie underwear? You're not going to you don't like that lingerie underwear?
I had no problem with it. You know, it does like Austin Butler. I feel like he could be dressed for, but I guess that's also New York too. Like people dress all over the place. So like, oh, they're very current, or they're like hipster, or they're just like, I like to live in the past. So who knows? But it doesn't ruin it for me or take me out of it. So it was just something to call out. Yeah. What else? Anything else to discuss there? Anything else that you saw that you liked or didn't like?
No, I mean, I want to know why he invites him back for matzo ball soup. Like that's my biggest question from the trailer is what is that exchange right before, because we show Leaves like, are you hungry? And then they cut to the soup, and I'd love to know like, why'd he soften? Why'd he decide this guy's all right? Like I would love to know that. It just seems like really fun interaction.
Okay, cool. I have some YouTube comments that I'd like to call out. Okay. Austin Butler eating matzo ball soup wasn't on my 2025 bingo card, but I needed every bit of that. People like that. I'm seated. The theater employees are scared and asking me to leave because it's not August yet, but I'm simply too seated. So
that's
people
funny.
Excited.
That's funny.
And then this one, bro, he's got a movie again. Major props.
Okay, so I have questions. Who's the he? Is that Austin, or is that Darren, or is that
I don't know?
And why are you surprised? And major props because you thought he couldn't get another movie? Like what are we talking about?
It could be Vincent D'Onofrio. I don't know. Like it's so many people.
the guy that's worked steadily for 40 years, I'm surprised he's working again. Is that the thing? Like, I don't understand.
Know.
Weird.
I was like, who are you? I should reply to that comment like, who are you talking about?
Who are you talking about? And why are you surprised they have a movie again? Yeah, that's crazy.
That was funny. Okay, cool. What's your verdict?
I think I got to see this movie. I think I got to see this movie in theaters. I really like that trailer. And I saw The Fountain and I did not like it. I saw The Wrestler and I loved it. I saw Black Swan and I liked it a lot. So I think I'm not anti-Aronofsky. It's just a lot of times I've seen trailers for his movies and I'm like, none of this looks interesting to me. Like or like in the case of The Whale, I'm like, I get it, but I don't know that I want to sit through that, But whereas this, I just think this looks like a really great time, and I know he's a competent filmmaker, so I'm curious to see what he's doing with it. And maybe it's a rope-a-dope. I'm gonna go in there and it's gonna be an hour of misery after 10 minutes of comedy, but hopefully it's as fun as the trailer looks. So I think I'm there.
Yeah.
How about you? You?
Yeah, I'll see it in theaters. I'm there too. I think it looks fun. We talked about it on a previous episode with Honey Don't. Like, I want to see the movie with Honey Don't, but like I felt like it's just so too much away, so I'm like, I won't rush to see it because I feel like I kind of get it all. This kind of don't know everything that's gonna happen, and it looks fun. The cast looks fun. Hebrews shooting machine guns in slow motion is pretty exciting. So
I love that you keep calling him Hebrews. Are you calling him Hebrews because that's what he calls him in the
yes.
trailer?
I don't want to be like politically incorrect or anything like that. So
it's just fun. It's just fun. You don't want to drop the hard J, huh? You don't want to call them Jews. I think they're Hasidic, but I think calling them Hebrews is working for me. I like it. Keep going.
And so yeah, I think it looks fun. I'll definitely check it out in theaters. There's a lot of, and again, it's coming at toward the end of the summer, so kind of change of pace, palate cleanser again. I've used that comment before on another teardown. So yeah, I think it'll be fun. Could be a good date night movie too.
Yeah,
and it kind of reminds me of I haven't visited New York in a long time, so be kind of like a nice to reminisce about New York.
New York movies that are made by New Yorkers are usually fun.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on to the next movie, Americana. This movie is written and directed by Tony Tost or Tost. Again.
I hope it's Toast. I feel like Tony Toast is a great name, but Tony I feel like Toast. It's probably Tost.
Tost. He is his career's basically been a TV writer. He created a show. I forgot to write that down, but mostly TV writer, and this is his directorial debut. So first feature. This movie starring a nice ensemble cast. Some of the names include Sydney Sweeney, Paul Walter Hauser, the singer actress Hazley, Eric Dane, Simon Rex, and some others. And this movie's coming out August 15th. Interesting fact, this movie premiered 2 years ago at South by Southwest, so it took a while to get released. So I wonder if that's a red flag there, but yeah, so what'd you think?
Yeah, so I liked the trailer. I'm also wondering why it took so long to get released. It might be because it's first-time director, right? So it's like it's not a proven commodity, so you have to kind of shop it around and get people interested and excited about it. It's funny. The trailer talks about how it's like it's some comment, some quote calls it like a Tarantino movie. It felt to me in the trailer much more like a Coen Brothers movie. It felt like Fargo, right? We got these weird people with probably graphic but probably fun violence who find themselves in these. There's a moment where she's barricading herself with a rifle next to the window trying to protect this, and it felt like Fargo to me when he's sneaking out the car dealership. But so you're just stuck in these situations and you just have to keep going. Mm-hmm. It had that kind of feel to me. And there's very absurd characters like the white kid. I think he's the reincarnation of
Sitting Bull.
Sitting Bull. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it felt to me very very much like the trailer felt very much like it's gonna be like a kind of a Fargo movie. I worry that Sydney Sweeney and Paul Walter Hauser are going to be the least interesting and part of the movie, and that they're going to be the most front and center. I feel like that's my concern, based on watching that trailer, because I feel like all the little smaller character moments with everybody else is going to be very entertaining. Yeah, what'd you think?
Similarly, I did sort of like was getting like Quentin Tarantino vibes, Coen Brothers vibes, especially Fargo. Again, small setting in a small town, cast of characters, colorful, all different. Some of them may be desperate. They're trying to like pull off some kind of crime, and there's comedy in there. A lot of the jokes I think play for me in the trailer, and I was digging it. I was having fun with the trailer, but similarly to some other trailers that we've done in the past, I feel like it showed a little too much, and that you could kind of just see where it's going to go and build up to. There's a lot of actors in this that are recognizable. Sydney Sweeney, she's really kind of like of the moment and popular, and it's nice to see her too, that like she's not playing like, oh, I'm the like super hot girl, like, you know, she's kind of like maybe playing a little bit, I don't want to say grungy, but just dirtied up a little bit. She's not like the sort of like in your face kind of that you may want to see, like in her, the rom com that she was in with Glenn Powell, Anyone But You. Like she's just sort of like the front and center,
Literally.
yeah, right. So, and this is, you know, she's kind of playing a little bit down and dirty, so to speak. I mean, obviously they make her look good, but like it's just, she's a waitress. She's not like flashy. The Sitting Bull kid, his interaction with that one actor, I think his name is Zahn.
Oh, the Indian guy?
Yeah.
Or the Native American guy?
Yeah. His name is Zahn McClarnon. He's in an AMC show. He was in Echo.
Oh, is he? Okay. He was in Echo. Yeah, he played her father.
He was in a season of Fargo on FX. He was really good.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was good in that.
And he has an AMC show that I've been wanting to catch because I hear really good things, called Dark Winds. Also kind of like a same setting, but like more of a serious. It's set
like
in the
cop
South.
on a reservation.
Yeah,
or something, right?
Yeah, set in the Southwest, and I think there's kind of like maybe a mystical thing kind of going on in there. So yeah, I think that cast of characters that they got in there look fun and play off each other well, but to me, it just felt like it just showed too much overall. Yeah, not a lot to say, but again, I thought like this trailer, it was a nice comparison to against Caught Stealing, because there's just a lot of similarities there. Again, all these characters seem to be getting mixed up and trying to get themselves, they're going after the same goal and trying to steal this thing and recover it and whatnot. So
I think overall, this trailer, I wanted it to pop a little bit more than it did. I felt like there are moments in it that are better than others, and some of the moments that are good, I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna be hilarious. And there's moments where I'm like, I actually don't love the Sydney Sweeney dressed down stuff, where it's like, well, let's pretend she's not hot. Let's pretend she's gonna be in a relationship with Paul Walter Hauser. Like, no disrespect to him, I'm sure he's a lovely man, but like, come on, guys, like it seems like, oh, we can get Sydney Sweeney for this. Let's make it work, instead of the right casting choice. And I don't know. I think, again, I love the Sitting Bull kid, like that scene where he's just like, cultural appropriation is big this time of year or whatever, and the kid's just like, there are more horses in my day. And he's like, God damn it, kid. Like that just looks hilarious. That just looks great. I almost feel like that deserves a better trailer. Like that interaction deserves to be in a trailer where everything is that good. Mm-hmm. It felt a little bit like high and low for me, this trailer.
Yeah, makes sense. Some comments on YouTube that I have here called out. Let's see. I clicked for Sydney Sweeney, but I'm gonna watch the movie for the Sitting Bull kid.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I feel like this is a good one. I feel like it's true. I feel like I saw this at 3 a.m. on HBO in 1998.
Yeah, I could see that. It feels like Fargo, right? I think that's what they're saying, something like that.
Or
right?
like even like a straight to video movie.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. This one was like, oh, this is interesting. Since we talked about Phoenician Scheme recently, this gives Wes Anderson energy.
Agree to disagree. I politely would say I don't see that in this trailer per se.
Yeah, no, I don't 100% disagree. Just wanted to see what you thought about that. I feel like if it needed more 4:3 footage as opposed to 2:35, I think. But
I feel like the Sitting Bull kid could be in a Wes Anderson movie, but it would be delivered differently. It would be a different scene, right?
Yes.
But that kid could be in a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is like it has a lot of characters, colorful characters,
quirky.
Are all quirky characters and things like that. So I think that's more of the Wes Anderson energy.
That's fair.
All right, cool. So I guess I'll go first. For me, I'll stream it. It shows a lot. I'm intrigued. Again, I like these movies, these like sort of small town Western movies with characters that like made me feel stuck and want to get out of there and make something better for their lives, and they get mixed up, and those are kind of fun, but they also kind of like almost are all the same too in a way. Mm-hmm. And so. And it just overall, not to like knock on the first time director, his first feature, like it just feels a little maybe too small scale. Doesn't really feel theatrical to me. So I'd stream it. I would definitely check it out on streaming if it pops up on Netflix as the first platform or whatever. I'd stream it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I would stream it, and I don't think I wouldn't pay to stream it early. I'd wait for it to be on something I'm already paying money for, right? I would stream it, and I think, yeah, there's just nothing about this trailer that makes me think I haven't seen this movie before, like, or some version of this movie before, or the closest is the Sitting Bull Kid, but I don't think I can go to the theaters just for the Sitting Bull Kid.
Yeah.
I think I have to wait. I suspect that this movie is going to be a bit of a letdown, because again, I think the Paul Walter Hauser and Sydney Sweeney characters are probably very front and center, and I think I feel like I get it, right? Like he thinks she's pretty and wants to do anything for her, and she's manipulating him so she can get what she wants, and like I feel like I get it. It's season 2 of Fargo, right? Like I get it. So I think I'm a stream to if Evan were here, I might say I'm gonna work out while I watch this. I'm gonna work out, even though that's not how I watch movies. That might be it might be a good one for this movie.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll stream it, but like I won't be like seeking it out if I'm like scrolling and I say, oh, I'll throw this on.
Right.
It was on I said I'd stream it, so let's do it. I'll stream it and then come back with thoughts.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, I guess we're both the same. So, of the two, we're seeing Caught Stealing in theaters. So, I guess really no sort of debate there. All right, those are our verdicts on both Caught Stealing and Americana. Let us know between the two which one you're seeing via the poll. And again, we'll have links, or we'll list out the trailers or list out the movies we referenced in this. I don't know if we did a lot of reference in this. I don't
think we talked about a lot of other movies except
outside,
Honey Don't, I guess Honey Don't we talked about.
Yeah, and that's a previous episode you could check out. But yeah, we definitely talked about like Aronofsky's catalog. So yeah, cool. Awesome. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining, Patrick.
Yeah, you got it. Talk to you soon.
Later. Bye.